She had nothing, no connections, no money, no plan. Just a bag with 2 dresses, a worn-out blanket, and a handful of coins her mother had secretly saved for years. And yet, she walked away from everything she had ever known, no looking back. No second-guessing. Just her feet moving forward on that dusty road, heart pounding, not from fear, but from something she had never felt before. Freedom. This is the story of Helena. And if you think your dreams are too big for the life you were born into, you need to hear every single word of this. Helena grew up in a small village where life was simple, quiet, and honestly, suffocating. Every single day looked the same. Wake up, work the farm, help in the kitchen. Repeat. The world outside the village might as well have been another planet. But every evening, without fail, Helena would climb up onto the fence at the edge of her family's property and watch the train roll by in the distance. Every single evening, her little brother noticed it. One day, he ran up beside her, tugged at her sleeve, and asked, "Why do you always watch the train?" Helena didn't even look away. She just said quietly, "Because it goes to places where people aren't stuck. Where I can be free." She wasn't being dramatic. She meant every word. Her father was a hard man. Tall, broad-shouldered, skin darkened by years under the sun. He loved her, no one can deny that, but his love came wrapped in fear. He would look at Helena and say, "The world outside is dangerous. A woman alone cannot survive out there." And Helena, every single time, would meet his eyes and say, "I don't need anyone to protect me, Father. I want to fight for my own life." He didn't understand it. He couldn't. But Helena's mother, she understood more than she let on. She was softer, quieter, but she saw the fire in her daughter's eyes. She worried, yes. She told Helena, "If you go, be careful. The world is not always kind." But then, and this is the part that gets me, she pressed a small cloth bag into Helena's hands, a bag of coins. Coins she had secretly been saving for years without telling anyone. Not for herself, for her daughter. Just in case this day ever came. And that day came. Before anyone else in the house was awake, Helena packed her 2 dresses, her blanket, and that small bag of coins. She left a note on the kitchen table. 4 lines, that's all it took. The note said, "Don't look for me. I am not lost. I am going to fight for my dream." When her father found that note, he lost it. Absolutely lost it. He jumped on his horse and tore through the village shouting, determined to bring her back, but Helena was already gone. She was already walking that dusty road to the train station, and every step felt lighter than the last. The city hit her like a wall. Tall buildings, noise, crowds, lights she had never seen before. It was overwhelming and terrifying, and she would admit later, a little bit magical. But the city didn't care about Helena. Nobody knew her name. Nobody was waiting for her. She rented a cold, barely lit room with the coins from her mother's bag and started looking for work. Day after day, she knocked on doors. Day after day, the answer was the same. "We don't need anyone. Come back later." Then one ordinary morning, everything shifted. She was walking through the market when she spotted a woman selling oranges at a small stand. Helena walked straight up to her and said, "Can I help you?" The woman looked her up and down, not exactly impressed. "What can you do?" she asked. Helena didn't blink. "Anything," she said. "I just want to learn." Something about that answer, that pure, unguarded honesty, made the woman pause. She hired her on the spot. No pay at first, just lessons. Humble work. But Helena showed up every single day before dawn, worked until the market closed, and she smiled through all of it. Slowly, she started earning real money. The first coins she had ever earned with her own 2 hands. She cried that night. Months turned into a year. Helena became someone the market respected. She was honest when other vendors weren't. She was patient when customers were difficult. And that work caught the eye of an older businessman named Mr. Frederico. One afternoon he approached her and said, "I've been watching you for months. You're honest, and you're a hard worker. Let me teach you something more." What he taught her changed everything. How to manage money properly. How to buy products in bulk to cut costs. How to build a business from scratch. Helena absorbed every lesson like her life depended on it, because it did. She painted it herself, hung a bright red cloth across the front, and filled it with fruits, fresh bread, and sweets she baked every night after the market closed. The customers came. Years passed. Then one afternoon, a letter arrived from home. "Father is sick. Mother misses you every single day. Please come home if you can." Helena sat with that letter for a long time. Then she bought a train ticket, the same train she used to watch from that fence, and she rode it home. Same sky. But Helena was not the same. She walked differently now. Stood differently. Her mother came running out of the house, stopped dead in her tracks when she saw her, and whispered, barely able to speak, is it really you?" Helena wrapped her arms around her mother and held on. Then her father came out. Slowly, carefully, like he was almost afraid of what she might say to him. He stood in front of her, a man she had never seen look small before, and he said softly, "Forgive me, daughter. I was afraid, not of you, of the world." Helena looked at him for a long moment. Then she said, "I'm fine, Father. More than fine. I learned to fight. I stayed honest. I stayed safe. And I became who I am because of what you and Mom taught me." Before she left, she made sure the house had enough food, enough medicine, and enough supplies to last them for months. "Thank you," she told her parents, "for teaching me to work hard. Thank you for waiting for me." Back in the city, Helena opened a larger shop. Not just a stall anymore, a real business. Every morning she walked through its doors, counted her inventory, gave instructions to the people who now worked for her, and ran everything with the same honesty and patience she had carried with her from that very first orange stand. Here is what Helena's story teaches us, and I want you to really hear this. Your dream is not too big. Your background is not a limitation. The world will turn you away. It will be cold and loud and indifferent. You will have days where you eat stale bread and nights where you wonder if any of it is worth it. But if you show up, if you stay honest, if you keep working, doors will open. People will notice. And one day, you will look back at that fence you used to sit on as a kid, watching the train go by, and you will realize you made it. You actually made it. And nothing in this world feels better than that.